Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Right, I'm just going to do some checks. I don't want to flip the camera, I want to mirror the camera just to make sure it's the right way. Hopefully we're the right way. So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in, and hopefully you're all well and having a nice weekend. So we're just going to give it a couple of minutes. So if you've just joined, you don't know what's going on. Today is our Cooking Saturday. We've got lots of broadcasters coming live, not just on TikTok, but on other apps as well. So we've got Anne Rush, who's coming up next. We've also got, this is where I knew I was going to mess up, J Opera is coming live. We've also got Melanie Faye coming live and Gemma coming live. These are all amazing chefs and live broadcasters here on TikTok and other apps. We've got myself coming on again later on, doing some games. Rick is a good friend of ours who's also going to be doing some mastermind quiz and games as well. And then we've got Lizzie Bear, who's coming live from Canada. So lots of broadcasters coming live around the world with our theme of the day, which you've probably seen already on the broadcast, which is curries. So I was going to play you some fancy music and play you some Indian music and background music, but I just didn't bother. So so we're going to do a chicken creamy korma today. I have never made a korma other than using a sauce from a jar. So this could go really well. It could also go terribly wrong. So I'm going to go through the ingredients first of what I'm going to be using. Let me just pin that on the screen. So we all get an hour. So hopefully this will be done within... I don't think it's going to take that long, to be honest. There's only one stage in this recipe that is something that might go wrong. And it involves a blender. That's all you really need, like technical wise. So anyway, let's go through the ingredients. I've got the recipe in front of me, so you might have seen the recipe before I started because I posted it out. So you're going to need, first of all, some butter or ghee. You're going to need some sunflower oil. I'm not going to use sunflower oil, I'm going to use vegetable oil. So this is what I'm going to use, which is here. Hello Becky, good to see you. You're going to need 2 medium onions. So some onions, medium onions. Now these ones are actually from the Wonky Veg box that we got last week. So 2 medium onions, we're going to chop those up. You're going to need some fresh ginger, but I'm not going to use fresh ginger. I'm going to cheat and use the ginger puree because I was looking at the price of ginger and it was so expensive for fresh. So squeezy ginger is fine. You're also going to need some garlic. So we've got 4 cloves of garlic here. Hopefully you're making note, but if you want the recipe, I will send it. Or you can take a screenshot of it if you want. You're also going to need, this is where the spices get involved, right? So I wasn't sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, if there's somebody out there that's, there's lots of chefs who do Indian food and curries and some of the best curries in the world, but correct me if I'm wrong, that garam masala has everything you need in it other than turmeric, which is for the colour, or I think, yeah. So if you buy garam masala there, it doesn't have the turmeric. So it's basically got everything you need for a curry other than turmeric. So what I did was I bought the garam masala, which we're going to add, and then what we're going to do is add the rest of the ingredients. So let me go through the extras you need, but you might need... I'm going to give it a boost, if that makes any sense. So you're going to need turmeric for the colour, obviously, I just said. You're going to need cardamom ground. Hey Melanie, good to see you. You're going to need some cayenne pepper. Melanie's one of our chefs today, Melanie and Bill. So make sure you are following. And you can pop your details in, Melanie, for where people can find you. Cumin. So this is what's already in the garam masala. We're just going to give it an extra boost. Cloves. These come with the branches. So they're a bit like clove seeds, I think. Dried clove seeds. I'm not actually sure what they are. but you just pick them off and put them in, or you can ground them. I'm just going to put them in and hope for the best. Coriander, ground coriander. I've had these a while, these spices, so I'm like, ugh. Yeah. Spices, we learnt that spices you can actually, they will last a long time. So it's got a best before on, so it might taste a little bit different, but they will last you a long time. And then finally, what else? I think that's it. That's it. So that's for the spices. Then you're also going to need some bay leaves, but that's already in the garam masala. 4 cloves, we said that. If you want to use saffron, you can use saffron. And also you need some ground almonds. So I'm showing you everything that you're going to need first. Ground almonds. Sat with Jamie, watching you from the Norbreck. Hello Sam, good to see you. Hey Jamie. So are you ready for some curry? Hopefully you want some nice chicken korma here. Right, and then finally you're going to need some sea salt, 300 millilitres of cold water, 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil, 4 chicken breasts, which I've already cut up. But I actually only used 3, so we've cut up the chicken. There we go. And then you're going to need, last thing, double cream and black pepper. Now, let's get started because I'm going to chop these onions up and then we'll start with the actual cooking. So I'm going to spin you down like this. I'm hoping you can... Is that okay, guys? Am I flipped? Let me know if I'm flipped. Is this the right way or is this... Yeah, you can see the text is the right way, isn't it? I think it is. So if it's different, let me know. So let's start with the onions then. So we're going to chop these up first, and I wanted to show you them chopped up. And then what we're going to do is, once this is cooked, we're going to put it into the portable, I say portable blender, it is a portable blender. We're going to kind of let it cool down a little bit and then put it in here and mix it up and blend it together. Or I might use this, the other blender, which is a manual one. So it should cut up the onions. That's really what you want, is a sort of puree. So let's get these cut up then. Not using any fancy gadgets today. So hopefully I can read all your comments. We're the right way up, Melanie, that's good. So yeah, if you're all wondering, what is this? Why am I live? Well, for the last, I would say about 14 months, could be longer actually. We come live once a month. We've got a group of chefs, live streamers. I put this together each month. And we have a different theme. It's a bit like Bake Off with a different theme, but we do it each month instead of each day or anything. And then we just come live. We buy the ingredients, choose a recipe, and then we all cook together, and we have a good time, don't we, guys? Hey, Daz, good to see you. So let's cut these onions. Don't want to get these in my eyes. So yeah, this recipe is actually, I should say, is from the Hairy Bikers. It's from a book that I got at Christmas called Hairy Bikers Curries. And yeah, I saw this. There's loads of recipes in this book, and it was thanks to Gemma that inspired. I've always wanted to do a korma because it's the only thing I tend to buy from a curry house. But you can't, and I always wanted to learn how to make one for myself. So if it saves you money, and the actual ingredients, once you've got all the spices, they're not that difficult really. It's not really that difficult to cook. So we're going to cut the onions up like so. I'm going to do them thin. You can use like all the gadgets if you want to. But at the end of the day, this is once it's cooked and softened, it's going to go into a blender or a food processor. Okay, and we're going to kind of get that nice puree korma sauce. So if you like korma sauce but you don't want, say, chicken, then just use this first part, and then you've got yourself a nice sauce. You can put whatever you want in it, vegetables or anything else you can think of, different meats. Now, I usually buy a chicken tikka korma. And then when I was making this, I was thinking, why would it be different? Why would it be different to a normal korma? And I believe it's got something to do with the spices and how it's marinated and how it's cooked. So it'll be a different cooking method. You're all thinking, don't pop them fingers. Right, so there's the onions. I just wanted to show you all the onions. Let's pop these on a plate. 1 minute, guys. Okay. Hello, Jay. Good to see you. Jay's another one of our broadcasters here on TikTok and on other apps. So there's the onions, guys. The light's not that great, is it? So they're the chopped onions. Right, let's get cooking. Let's move this out of the way. That's all you need to chop up. That's basically all you need to chop up, other than that and the chicken. It's a fairly easy recipe, this. Right. So what we're going to do first is we're going to cook. Let's get this heated up, because it always takes the longest to do. Now, Jamie, if you're still there, what's the Norbrek like today? How is it today? Let me know in the comments. So, Jay, yeah, we're doing a creamy chicken korma. So we're going to start off by heating this pan, and I'm going to add some butter and some oil in here first of all. So I'm not using, I would say it's not really proper butter, it's just a fat spread. I'm just going to use this from my fridge. So we're going to start with 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to have 3 tablespoons of butter in here. And I've been really looking forward to this. So I'm hoping it's going to taste alright. Can you all see this okay, guys? So we're going to add 1. We're going to add 2. Oops. And we're going to add 3. So 3 tablespoons of butter. Okay. That's what we're going to start with. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of sunflower oil. Now, if you're not using sunflower oil, I'm going to use vegetable oil. I do actually have the proper measurements here. 1 tablespoon. Yeah, 1 tablespoon. I'm going to add this to the pan, like so. I'll need that spoon in a moment for the spices. Can you all see this okay? Hi, Anne. So Anne's going to be on Twitch. Oh, yep. So just so you know. Right, so let's get this heating up. Let's pop this butter away because I don't need the butter anymore. And I've also got some naan breads here as well that I'm going to just put into the oven a bit later on. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you're making today. And people can follow you here, and then if you post a video to let people know where you're going to be. So let's just going to let this melt and get this heating up. This is the stage that takes the longest. It'll take a few minutes. And then what we're going to do after this is we're going to add the onions, the ginger and the garlic. Now it does say to actually chop up the garlic, but I'm going to use my garlic press because I find it's the same method. And also with the garlic, it's gonna, I know garlic, once it heats up, it does kind of melt a little bit, but sometimes it can stay in the, you know, you can get bits in your curry, and I don't like that, so I'm gonna use the garlic press. So we're just melting that butter in with the sunflower oil or vegetable oil. Okay. So any questions so far, guys? Are we okay? Everybody okay? Hi Darby, good to see you. I think Darby's there. Did I see you come across? Hi Darby. No, Darby's not cooking today. Not this time. But hopefully next time. So I should say, yeah, next month's theme is going to be foods you love. Foods that you love. So you can kind of do... You could do foods with love hearts if you want to, or because of Valentine's, or you can just make something that you wanna cook yourself that you like. So it's a kind of, yeah, do what you love to cook, or do what you have wanted to cook. Or so we're just gonna let that melt. That looks gorgeous already. Right, let's get the onions in. So we're gonna add the onions. I'm just going to break these up. Look at that. And we need to let these cook for about 5 minutes. There's quite a lot of onions there. I'm just going to try and get rid of these roots from the onion. Just bearing in mind I've never cooked a korma before in my life, so this could go really well, or it could go terribly wrong. Right, get rid of them. So we're just going to mix them into that butter and oil. This will heal. I'm going to have to put a lid over this for 5 minutes, okay? But before then, we're going to add in the... I'm following the book, guys, because I don't want to make a mistake. We're going to add some ginger. So if you've got fresh ginger, add fresh ginger. I'm going to add... I'm going to add a tablespoon of ginger. I'm going to add a tablespoon of ginger. So get that in. Okay. And then we're going to also add in the garlic. So 4 cloves of garlic. This smells amazing already. So let's do 1. Just scrape that off. I know the light's not as brilliant. I might be able to turn it round in a bit. So 2. Just mix that in. There's nothing better than the smell of onions, ginger and garlic. And butter. Oh. So these will need to soften down. Okay, 2 more. Oh, got a few messages coming through. Sorry if I'm missing your comments, guys. Yeah, so next time, whatever you want, yeah. Just food you love. Okay, that's the 3rd piece of garlic going in. And then the 4th. We're 15 minutes in already, but I think we're going to be okay for time. Okay. The last Hairy Bikers recipe I did was a sausage casserole, I think it was. Or other than the... do you remember the Cornish pasties I made? They were kind of... I think they were Hairy Bikers ones, I'm not sure. Right, so that's all the garlic. So what I'm going to do now is just put a lid over the top. Okay? And this needs to cook for 5 minutes. So whilst we're doing that, we're going to get the spices ready. In fact, no, I think... let me just have a look at the recipe. So next thing we're going to do... It cooked for 10 minutes, it says. We need to stir in the cardamom, cumin, coriander, turmeric, chili powder and bay leaf. Yeah, pinch the ends of the cloves and add them to the pan. Throw away the stalks. Right, I think what I'll do is let's start cooking the chicken. We're going to start cooking the chicken off. Hopefully you can you see that? You can see that? Yep. So I'm going to... Actually, I'll have to do it there. You can see it in the background, can't you? Right, so let's pop this pan on. I've got the chicken cut up already. So here's the chicken. Okay. So while that heats up. And I just like the chicken sort of cooked and ready. So we're going to add some salt and pepper to the chicken. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the pan. Like so. And a bit of pepper on the chicken as well. Sometimes I'm doing some of the games. We will be on tonight, but I won't. I'll be doing that on Twitch later tonight. So we're going to heat this chicken up. We've got some rice here as well. And what I'll do is I'm going to pop the rice in the pan with 45 millilitres of water, and then it won't take long. So I'm going to pop the rice in. Yeah, I'm cheating, guys. Rice is like pastry for me. I know you guys like to buy pastry from a shop, and you can't really make your own rice anyway, can you guess? But I'll just pop that in the pan so it's ready. Okay. But yeah, it needs to simmer for at least 5 to 10 minutes first. We're going to cook the chicken off, then we'll get all the spices in, and then once all the mixture's made, the sauce, I'm going to pop it into this blender. Now, I'm probably best not doing this in the blender, but I do need to chop them onions. The only other option was to buy a hand blender or to mash it up. So we're going to put it in the blender and see what happens, but it will obviously need to cool down a little bit first. So that's basically what it is, really, isn't it? It's an onion sauce with cream, spices, and other ingredients. That's basically what it is. So, because a lot of you, I know Darby, did you say you'd never had a curry before? I think it was Darby that said she'd never had a curry before. So you probably have had a curry, you've just maybe not had it with the spices. You probably had something very close or very similar to a curry. So yeah, let's just get this heated up and then I'll pop in the chicken. The immersion blenders, yes. Immersion blenders. It's funny, Jay, because this actually says on the top, it says American on it. It's got American written on. American Triton material. So we'll see what happens. So it's just a waiting game, guys, now, and then we'll get on to the next step. So just to recap then, we've chopped up the onions, we added them to some butter, which was 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of oil, and we've added some ginger. You could add root ginger, 4 cloves of garlic, and that's it. So that's what we're up to so far. We've cut the chicken, we've added some salt and pepper. So let's get this in the pan. I'm going to start this cook with a different spoon. And you want to be nice pieces of chicken as well. Good sized pieces of chicken. Like so. And we're just going to fry this off. Then I'll take it out, and then you could add the sauce into this pan, but you know, if you wanted to. But I just I'm going to take the chicken out. That's what I used to do before, and then add it back into the pan. But you don't want to fully cook the chicken because it's going to simmer in the sauce. And using garam masala, yes. So this is the thing I was looking at. Garam masala is basically all the spices I'm using today, but without the turmeric. So if you look on your pack of garam masala, you'll find that it won't include turmeric. And the turmeric is essential for the colour. So you only had it a few times. Oh, no worries, Anne, no worries. Right, so yeah, so I thought what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of this in, and then we'll add a little bit of what's actually inside here, because it only says 6% of all the other ingredients. So it's not going to give you the full taste, I don't think. So it's always best to individually buy the ingredients. And it's a bit like sort of barbecue spices. A bit of like barbecue spices, or flavourings for meat. You find that about maybe 60% of that is actually salt, because it's cheaper. So just check your ingredients. Check your ingredients. Right, let's get back to the onions mixture. Here we go. Oh, these are softening down nicely now, guys. The smell coming off this. We still need to let it cook though. I'm just mixing it so it softens a bit quicker. Yeah, this will definitely need to be chopped up. Could get in there with some scissors actually, maybe I could get in there with some scissors and chop it up a little bit. Yeah, let's use these scissors I've got. Whilst the chicken cooks. So these are clean scissors. I'm just going to cut them up, and it should help when it comes to blending them up, and it'll help them cook a bit quicker as well. Just be careful not to burn yourself. Just like so. The onions have come to the hairdressers. So yeah, just chop them up. Mix it a bit. But they smell amazing. What do we think so far, guys? Are we salivating? I think it's best to cut them up a little bit smaller. I would have done if I used the food chopper, but I didn't use that today. So yeah, 2 medium onions, that's all you need. Yeah, if it's going to go in the blender anyway, it will help. It'll help the cooking process. It smells so good. It's a bit like, I was thinking of something else then. Something else that you cook. It's kind of a similar process. Oh, potatoes. Cook your potatoes smaller if you're going to mash it up anyway. See already how it's coming together much quicker. Oh, this smell coming off this, wow. It smells so good. So this is before we've added the spices. Yeah, we need to soften them so that they cook. Yeah, they probably would mash better as well. Once it goes in the blender, it's going to be... So one thing I don't actually have is a food processor. I probably should get one, shouldn't I? But yeah, what I'm going to try and do, guys, is I'm going to try and do more curries. If you'd like me to do more curries, because there's so many in the book. I mean, I've got so many books and recipes. I should definitely come live more and do these recipes. So yeah, right. I'm going to put the lid on just for another, say, 3 more minutes. Just make sure all the onions are off. Oh, let me check the chicken. Chicken's cooking as well, so that should help them cook a little bit better. Right, there's the chicken, guys. I'm going to turn this over. So yeah, you could technically, like I say, if you've got leftovers, you could make this sauce yourself. And once you know how to make the sauce, you could probably freeze it as well. So if you've ever got any leftovers like chicken, meat, any vegetables, you just make the sauce, freeze the sauce, or put it in a jar. Because that's it. That's basically it. It's just like an onion creamy sauce. Or we're going to add the cream afterwards, sorry, which will make it even better. You want 100 millilitres of double cream. Yeah, you don't have to... I forgot what I'm going to say then. You don't have to... I can't remember what I'm going to say. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is the chicken. we're getting there. Look at that, guys. Yeah, this is going to simmer later. You don't even have to have rice with this. You could have it with bulgur wheat, brown basmati rice, jasmine rice. You have whatever you want, because when it comes to cooking, cooking should not ever be a chore. It should be food that you enjoy, healthy food, affordable food. I mean, the chicken was expensive this time round, but you're probably best. But yeah, I would definitely use a leftover chicken and make the sauce. Hello Priscilla, good to see you. Hey Alexis, thanks for sharing. This smells gorgeous. Jay says butternut squash does have a sweetness the same way carrots have a sweetness. Yeah, I love butternut squash. Did you, Melanie, did you get one of the purple sweet potatoes? Because I fried them the other day. I put them in the air fryer and they were like a cross between a blackcurrant and it's true they say like it tastes of wine, like a white wine. Not a white wine, like a red wine. A fruity wine. It was quite a fruity potato. It was quite nice. I've never had one before. Right, what I'm going to do now with that chicken, just going to give it 2 more minutes. I'm just going to drain off some of this juice that's coming off the chicken. Yeah, veggie curry is nice. Definitely. Right, let me just drain this off and I'll try and read some of the comments. As I said, we are cooking the chicken, but because it's going to go back in the sauce, just watch your fingers if using a paper towel. Oops, very hot. Quickly get my tongs just to drain off. You don't want to steam cook the chicken. So yeah, today guys, we've got lots of broadcasters coming online. Up next after myself we have Anne Rush, who's coming live. Not on TikTok though, not on TikTok. And then we've got Melanie. Gemma. Jay is after Anne. Then Gemma. Then Melanie. Then me again. Then Rick. And then Lizzie is coming on at the end of today. So lots of exciting recipes. Anne's doing a Moroccan butternut curry. Oh, smells so good. Right, I think this is done, guys. Yeah. Oh yeah. You see what it means? What happens when you leave it to cook and cut it up? It's so much better. So just don't burn your pan, of course. Actually, I think it said to put it on a lower heat. So I'm going to turn it down. Okay, but that smells perfect. We're going to be adding water to this shortly anyway. Right, so next thing we're going to do, you don't want to burn your onions. You don't want any, just caramelisation. I'm going to take this off just for a second. It's very hot. Just so I don't burn the onions. Okay. So next thing we're going to do then, yeah, it says over low heat. Stir in the cardamom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some garam masala first. So I've just taken it off the hob just because I don't want to burn the... So this is where it gets... This is where it's... I'm going to add extra, but I'm going to add one... I think I'm going to add 1 tablespoon in first of garam masala. So 1 tablespoon of garam masala. That's a teaspoon. Oops, very hot. So this is where you add in all these spices. So this has got all the spices in. I'm going to put it back on the hob. I don't want to burn. 1 second, guys. It's very hot. Right. So I just had to let the pan just cool down just a fraction. Okay, so we're going to add in this first. 1 tablespoon of garam masala. Okay, and we're going to add cardamom. So let me get the measurements right. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cardamom. 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cardamom. I can see why it might be easier to have So half a teaspoon of ground cardamom, that's that. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of ground cumin. So 1 tablespoon, tablespoon of ground cumin. Because I've added extra garam masala, you might want to not go with a full amount, but I'm just going off the recipe. Coriander we need to add in next, which is 1 tablespoon of coriander. 1 tablespoon of coriander. I'm just going to add a little bit, actually half, but because I added garam masala in, so add that in. Okay, and then we're going to add in turmeric, which wasn't in the actual garam masala. You want half a teaspoon. Yep. This is for the colour. Sometimes it's not coming out properly. Oh. You can actually get in there with the turmeric, like so. Love turmeric. And finally, chili powder. Just add a little bit of this in. I think you want 1 tablespoon. Can you see the colour of this already? It smells amazing. Should mix this in, shouldn't I? Cardamom. The chicken is nearly done, so I'm just going to turn that off in a second. I'm just checking chili powder and bay leaf. Pinch the ends of cloves and add them to the pan. Throw away stalks. Cook for 5 minutes. So just get all that mixed in to the onions. So I am burning the pan a little bit, so it's best to turn your pan down and then turn it back up once you've added the spices and things. But yeah, a lot of people add spices, they don't let the spices cook. So make sure you cook your spices. Right, now we're going to add in the cloves. So cloves come with stalks. You just want 4 of these. Can you see that? 4 cloves. So I'm just gonna take these off, pinch them off. Do we need to ground these? I don't think we do. Just get your cloves in. Pinch them in. I just pinch them and then drop them in. So 4 cloves. Like so. And again, just mix that in. And we need to let this cook for 5 minutes. Now you can also add in without covering the pan until the onions are very soft. Okay. I might add a little tiny bit of water just to help lift and steam some of the pan at the bottom. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. It'll just help lift some of that off and stop the pan from burning. Okay, so the chicken's cooked, guys. I'm just going to keep turning that, look. So we want it just to be browned a little bit, not too much. So I'll turn that off. Chicken. Remember, I've never made this before in my life, so hopefully we've done the right thing here. It smells so good. So just a few more minutes. I'm going to let the chicken cook for another 2 more minutes. Just flip it over. I think actually it is cooked. So I'm going to take it out, put it in a pan, in a bowl. All that cooked. with the chicken, which will return back to the pan shortly, and I can make more space. Smells so good. Yep, I'm just checking everything's still switched on. I'll read the comments in a second, guys. Right. So there's the chicken. I'll return that back to the pan shortly. Just try and make some space. I'll move this pan. 1 second, everyone. Right, what's everyone saying? Oh, it smells really good. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, it is burnt a little bit. So we should move on to the next step then. So next thing then is we're going to, if you've got saffron, we're going to use some saffron. But we don't have any saffron because it's really expensive. So you want a small pinch of saffron if you want to add that. We're next going to add in some almonds, ground almonds, which are here. And you want 3 tablespoons of ground almonds. So 3 tablespoons. Hopefully this won't go everywhere. It says use scissors. So let's get some scissors. The pan is on a very low heat. So 3 tablespoons. I'm just getting the right spoon. 1 tablespoon. So you want 3 of these. Let's just quickly rinse this off. So I should get all coriander in the almonds, which I don't want to do. So 3 tablespoons of ground almonds. Just checking that's right. Yep. We're going to add some water to this. So add your almonds in, ground almonds. That's 1, 2, 3. Like so. And then we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. So 1 tablespoon of caster sugar. Like so. We're going to add some salt. Like so. And then finally we're going to add in some water, and we need 300 millilitres of cold water, which I know you're all telling me to put in immediately because of the pan burning. So all them have mixed in. Let's add this in. Like so. 3. Now some people said that you need less water, so but I think because the pan is a little bit cooked, having that extra water will actually make it a lot better. So this is your sauce. What do we think, guys? Just get all that flavour off. And we're going to let this simmer for it says bring to a gentle simmer, cook for 5 minutes, stirring regularly. If you're using bay leaves, take the bay leaves out, of course. But this smells amazing. So we need to let this simmer. I'm just getting all that niceness off the pan. It smells so good. Should I have a little taste? Let's have a little taste. Obviously it might be cold at the minute, but just have a little taste. Here we go. Oh wow. Oh, that is nice. Oh, that is really good. That's nice on its own without the cream. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, this is going to be amazing. So then, next step. We've done the chicken. So at this point, whilst this is cooking, Cut each chicken breast into 7 or 8 bite-sized pieces, which we've done. Season with salt and pepper. Heat the oil in a non-stick frying pan. Fry the chicken, which we've done. Turning regularly. While the chicken is cooking, blitz the onion mixture. So we're just going to let this cook for 5 minutes. I'll probably let it cool down. I won't get the rice on yet because that doesn't take long to cook. So we'll do that within the next 10 minutes. We'll blitz the sauce. We'll pop the chicken in, and then let it cook. So we should be good for time, guys. Now, if you want the recipe for this, you can message me. I will post it on the group as I normally do. We're also going to be adding cream to this. But yeah, this is a really nice sauce. So now you know how to make your own korma sauce. And it's quick as well. Because a lot of kormas, I think, tend to have to marinate. Or like cook for much longer. So this is a really quick chicken korma that you can make. It smells so good. Let's get that rice on now, actually, because it can sit and then I can fluff it back up. So, in fact, I'll turn the one that I was using on before. Let's find the right hob. Oh, that's not the right one. Okay, now as I said, I've put 45 millilitres of cold water in with this rice. But you can use whatever rice you want. And I've got a nice little fork to fluff this rice up there. Just break that up. I'm going to put a lid over the top so that cooks a bit quicker. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get this out of the pan into this jug to put into the blender. Although I'm not sure if I'm actually going to need to blend this up. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Do you think I should blend it up or not? In fact, I think I will. We'll give it a try. It does say to blend it, but use a hand blender at this point. Or I could just blend it up quickly now and put it straight into the pan. What do you think? It says, yeah, remove the pan from the heat and set aside. So it actually needs to be blended off the stove, which does make sense. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes. Yeah, there is some onions in there, they're whole onions, but I think it's the water that's making it. I think I will put it in the blender. I will do. I'll blend half of it. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, we'll do the half, and then I can take out. In fact, let's start to do it now. Now, just be careful using a blender. I don't know if this is meant to be used for hot stuff. So let's get it in. You're probably saying, oh my god, what are you doing? Should take this off the stove, shouldn't I? It smells so good. I think that's enough, guys. What do you think? There's a few more. I want it mainly with the onion. You could add peppers into this as well. I bet peppers would be amazing with this. Right, so this is what it looks like. I'll add the rest later. Here we go. So I'll put the lid on the top. I'm just going to blend this up. It's very hot, so just be careful. Don't want it melting on me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Right, that's fine. With anything like this, I don't want to damage the blender. Right, let's get this in. Oh yeah, look at the colour on that already. That looks so much better. Look at that, that's a proper korma sauce. That is the korma sauce you want. So I've mixed about 3/4 of it. I'm just going to heat this up. That looks so much better now. Yeah, don't fill it up. No, I only did it about halfway, Jay. Well, 3/4 of the way. There we go. I'm just going to rinse it out quickly so it doesn't damage it. It's fine, and it's cooled it down as well. But yeah, just be careful if you're going to use one of these hand blenders. That's fine. Right, so, oh, it smells so good. Let's get the chicken in because we've got 10 minutes. I need to get the naan breads in. So I'm going to do this with naan breads as well. That is looking perfect. Right, quick. Get these naan breads on. They don't take long in the oven. Or you can put them in your air fryer. So these are just garlic and coriander naans, already pre-made. Let's get them in the oven. Right, let's add the chicken. So we're going to add the chicken into the korma. It looks amazing. And I'm going to let this simmer. So remember, it's partly cooked. I want to show you it to the camera if I can. It's very hot. Just look at that, guys. And I think another thing is, once you know how to make this, you can then add as little amount. You might want to add more spices. You get the taste that you want. Whether you want more cardamom or more cloves, more salt, more pepper. Okay, let me know how things are. If you need to go off, or I'm just going to add the next step because we've got one more thing to do. So we've pureed the onion mix. Bring it to a simmer, cook for 5 to 6 minutes till the chicken is tender, stirring occasionally and stirring the double cream. You want 100 millilitres of double cream. So 100 millilitres of double cream. And we'll go off the right measurements here. Let's get this in. Like so. I think that's been cooking long enough, so it should be fine. The chicken was cooked. Oh, the rice is cooking as well. Let's mix this in. So now, guys, you know how to make a chicken korma. Oh, it smells so good. Let's mix the rice. Need to add a bit more water, I think, to the rice. Just let it cook a little bit longer. Didn't have enough water to it. So just let that cook. And you can add more cream if you wish. And this is just going to simmer. And turn it up a little bit. Oh, and I'm sorry to hear that. Is everything okay, or? Keep us updated. Do you need to get off anywhere, or? If you need to do anything within the next hour, you just let me know. So I'm going to do a little taste. I just want to check, because this needs to simmer and warm up. It smells amazing. This smells amazing. I'm just going to have a little taste of it. The rice is not the best, because I didn't have any basmati rice. I am going to have a little taste of this, of the sauce, because this is what you want to. It smells nice. Oh my god, that is the best I've ever had in my life. Oh my god, that is good. That is good korma, guys. Oh yes, that is a korma. That tastes amazing. Let me check on these naan breads. Oh yes. Oh, okay, Anne. Okay. Just when it always feels like an emergency situation sometimes. Right, I think the rice is done, guys. So it didn't take long for the rice. I'll turn that off, and then we're going to start to serve. This is the best part. Is the serving part. But yeah, how easy was that to make? I just want that chicken to just to heat up a little bit. Right, let's get a. I'm going to put mine in a. I always start with. Well, let's do the plate first, because I'm going to do one with the plate on and one with the dish with the naan. So let's get the spoon. Where did I put the spoon? The other one? Inside? No. Here it is. Right. So I'm going to start with the rice first. Quite a fluffy rice, that. Although when it comes to kormas, I love the sauce. In fact, I probably needed more. Yeah, in fact, I'll put the rice there. And then I'm going to start to put it on the plate. Just look at that, guys. What do we think? Let's add a bit more chicken. So that is the first plate. I'll be back in just a second. Need to take the naan breads out as well. I'm just letting the rest of this just heat up a little bit. Right, let's take a naan bread out. In just a second, guys. Oh, the smell coming out of this kitchen. I think that's done. As long as the chicken's warm through and cooked, I'm going to turn everything off. Let's get a. I like my rice at the bottom. I'm just checking that wasn't on. And then we'll have a little taste test. So the rice probably could be done a little bit better. If I'd had basmati rice, I would have obviously emptied it out. But this is just normal rice. But I do like my rice on the bottom. And then there's lots of sauce then to dip through. So one second, guys. Here we go. And I'll get the naan breads. Hey Kevin, good to see you. Are you currently in Blackpool, or are you somewhere else? At home. Loads of chicken. I love the sauce because I love to dip the sauce. Just Let's get more of that right side. So homemade creamy chicken korma. It smells amazing. I should take this off. And with a korma you've got to have more sauce, dipping sauce. So let's just turn this off. I'll turn that off. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the rest of this sauce up. Because the sauce is always the best part. And we'll do a little taste test. We've got 2 minutes with the naan breads. Bear with me. A bit more of that sauce in there. Everything's turned off, so bear with me a second. Just chop your veggies small. I'll be back in a minute. So you didn't want the extra sauce, that means we get to have the extra sauce. So let's taste this then. Turn the oven off. Let's get a plate for the naan breads. And let's go. So let's turn you around. Let's go in for the taste test really quickly. So no, that was for 2 servings. This is 1 serving. So there we have it, guys. This is the creamy chicken korma. So I love to dip mine in with the naan breads. So let's have a little taste then, and I'll give you marks out of 10. Just look at the colour of this. Oh my goodness me. Oh. You've got to try this. It was so easy to make, and food, you take it to another level when you have your spices. That is gorgeous. Let me just have a little taste with the naan bread. And then, we're then going to go over onto Twitch to find Anne Rush. So make sure you're following Anne Rush. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and as I give it a try, I'm going to be making this again, 100%. That is amazing. So I'm going to get off now, guys. I shall see you soon. Thanks for watching, everyone, and best of luck, everybody. And yeah, I'm going to go and eat this now. It's gorgeous. So, give this a try. It's the best thing I've ever made. And that's saying something. So, catch you later, guys. See you soon.